This copyrighted broadcast of the National Athletic Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without express written consent of Nudge Plus.
Broadcasting live from the TALA GLORIETA court in North Caloocan, Metro Manila. Welcome to the National Athletics Association of Schools, Colleges, and Universities, aka NAASCU. Good morning, basketball fans, especially to the fine member institutions comprising NAASCU. We are your panel for today's 5-game slate. Eman Cabiles at your service alongside Kyle Sanchez, who will be joining me soon. And then our courtside correspondent is Danielle Laguardia. In the meantime, we now turn you over to Danielle for the pregame.
Hi, Eman. It is a jam-packed Wednesday here in the NAASCU. And of course, for our first game, it's a battle between grit and consistency. Remaining to be one of the game leaders, PCU Dolphins. Assistant coach Mark Ordonez has shared that their defense has been their overall key to winning, and they intend to keep it that way. Meanwhile, for the Stallions, hoping to get their first win today, Coach 𝐍ᴜᴅᴇ said that adjustments were focused on defense, and of course, unlike their first games, for the team, it's forget, move on, and focus on what is in front of them. For them, it's a new chance and a new game. Let's see how this game will be going. Let me now turn you over to the venue announcer.
As we've mentioned, we have a 5-game slate today, and starting it off, our match at hand is the Philippine Christian University Dolphins going up against the Manuel L. Quezon University Stallions. And right now, our venue announcer, the very handsome Anjo Pere, is calling out the first 5 of both teams. PCU Dolphins in the light jerseys right now. Their starting 5 is composed of Solomon, Manipolo, that would be the center, and of course the point guard. In the meantime, starters for the Stallions of MLQU entering the floor. And by the way, as we've said, this is the first game. So our match at hand is the Dolphins versus the Stallions, PCU versus MLQU. Our officials for this game is Bong Villanueva, Danny Rivera, and Bobby Mendoza. And once again, the first 5 for the PCU Dolphins wearing the light-colored jerseys as our game is underway with the first bucket scored by the MLQU Stallions. And that was courtesy of Placido. Again, the first 5 for PCU. It is Itam, Austria, Failon, Pascua, and Manipolo. For the Stallions, it is Antonio, Placido, Dino, Manriza, and Julian. There's a three on the way and nothing but bottom for Antonio. Straightaway three coming from the Stallions of PCU. They are now up 5-0. And right now, the Dolphins still looking for their first point of the game. They go to the middle. Jumper by Pascua. That is offline. Troy Manipolo tracks down the offensive rebound, and he will elicit a foul from Manriza. First foul on David James Manriza of the MLQU Stallions. Here is Troy Manipolo, the Pinoy step and the bucket. Sweet move this early in the morning by Team Money, Troy Manipolo. And here come the patented press defense that was just easily broken by the Stallions. A good job on the quick passes by the Stallions of MLQU as Sean Julian scores. The score is now 72, and right now it is the turn of the Stallions to implement their own brand of pressing defense, but not as tight. Austria able to cross the midcourt easily. Baseline J, that is off. Offensive rebound and the put back. Nothing there. Third try, wala pa rin para sa PCU Dolphins. And the Stallions are stampeding right now. Manriza, back to him. Antonio, will he try a logo three? He won't. Manriza, the pick and roll won't work. Good defense that time by Solomon. Manriza fires up a three. That is short. Tracks his own miss. The runner still missed there by Manriza. And good anticipation on the defensive end there by Austria. Here he is. The drop to Solomon and the slam. Solomon Itam. That is a breakfast well served here in North Caloocan. And the PCU Dolphins now down by only 3. Score is 7-4. Manriza to Dino, and Dino was fouled. Let's see if it's going against Manipolo or Pascua. Antonio now near the logo. Shot clock is down to 5. Manriza to Dino. The three, too strong. Outstanding defense shown by the Dolphins in that last play. And now here they are. Inside incursion once again. Well, what a beautiful entry pass by Pascua. And Failon got the bucket once again for PCU. Placido ahead, and wow, that was an elegant looking baby hook coming from Sean Julian. And good setup job there by Placido of MLQU as they took a 2-1 advantage on the fast break. Now here's Troy. Antonio intercepts. Antonio now, kick out to Dino. Hand off, back to Antonio. Fires a three. Nothing there. Second try, still a no-go for MLQU. And it seems that in this game, MLQU is falling in love once again with the three-point line as PCU scores on the last possession. In the meantime, we have a report from the court side. We turn you over to Daniel.
After playing his last NAASCU season last year, Coach Joshua Nicolas is now leading the Stallions. For the team, it has always been embrace the grind, and as they work through to get their first win, this has kept them hopeful because ever since they know they have always been the underdogs. Facing one of the leaders in this season, Coach Joshua has mentioned that endgame has always been their problem, so this time around they'll focus on the game experience and get the maturity to handle the pressure of the game and get this win. Back to you, Eman.
Thank you, Danielle, and yeah, good insight right there. In their last game, they went up against the University of Makati, Great Brave Herons, and MLQU Stallions lost that game, 86-93, where they were really dominated in the interior by the UMAC Herons. Talking about points in the paint. 42 versus 36, and I mentioned earlier that MLQU Stallions shoot a lot of three-point shots, but in their last game, they only shot 25% from beyond the arc, connecting on 8 out of 32 shots. So, well, 25% is fairly decent for a team, but of course, some games you live and die by the three. And in the last game of MLQU, that's what happened to them. As once again, they dropped their last game versus UMAC 86-93. Right now, they're off to a good start versus the PCU Dolphins as they still lead 11-10 in this game with 4 minutes remaining in the first period. Oh, rejected there by Solomon Itam. Now here is Troy again, the smooth Pinoy step by Team Money, Troy Manipolo for PCU. And that last bucket by Troy gives the Dolphins the lead. They're now up 12-11. And on that last play, a drive by Antonio elicited a foul. So far in terms of team fouls, PCU has 3, while only 1 for MLQU. Placido receives. Antonio open for the elbow 3. Not there. Defensive rebound pulled down by Rotoni. Rotoni asking for the pick from Itam. Gives it to Failon. The jumper was too strong for Failon. Placido trying to get away, but the defense is there by the Dolphins. 7 to shoot. Antonio connects from the left elbow. And that is a 3 by Antonio. The Stallions taking back the lead, 14-2. Rotoni behind the back, but that was... I thought it was deflected, but apparently not, and it is a turnover committed by Rotoni of PCU. Failon takes a breather. And new faces here for the PCU Dolphins. Antonio being hounded by Rotoni. And Rotoni is too close for comfort as he was called for the foul. PCU Dolphins now warning for penalty with 4 team fouls. 2 minutes and 30 remaining in the first quarter. They kick it out to the corner. Tolentino goes in. Runner is off. De Guzman tracks down the loose ball. Deep 3. And Antonio, that's his 3rd 3 of the game. This kid is on fire right now in the first quarter. Rotoni misses that one. The Stallions are running. And good job on the transition defense by the Dolphins as the ball was deflected out of bounds. Seed once again almost at the logo. That deep 3 by Antonio of MLQU Stallions. Tolentino inside, and 𝐍𝐜ⴅᴜ. Oh, almost nowhere to go there, but he elicited a foul coming from Solomon Itam. And right now, the Dolphins are in penalty. So 2 free throws for 𝐍𝐜ⴅᴜ. In the meantime, a timeout has been called. We will take a short break as we leave you with this monster jam by Solomon Itam of the PCU Dolphins. Back to the action now, streaming to you live from TALA GLORIETA Court in North Caloocan, Metro Manila. Right now, we have 1 minute and 43 remaining here in the first period of this game between the PCU Dolphins and the Manuel L. Quezon University Stallions. 𝐍𝐜ⴅᴜ has 2 free throws after getting a foul from Solomon Itam, but Sean misses his first, just missed his first rather. Second try, 2 misses from the line. And now here is Troy Manipolo streaking to the front court. And another bucket from Troy. That's his 6th point of the game, shooting 3 out of 3 from the floor. Is Team Money, Troy Manipolo, in their last game versus the University of Pasay, the City University of Pasay. PCU won 77-66, and in that game, Troy Manipolo filled up the stat sheets with 20 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. In the meantime, another foul has been committed by PCU. They have been over the line since a few possessions ago, and 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐒 just missed his first. So far, free throw shooting of MLQU Stallions has been dismal. And that is actually in contrast in their free throw shooting percentage in their last game, wherein they shot 70% versus University of Makati. Here come the Dolphins. The kick out, that pass was weak. Rotoni was able to deflect the pass and save a defensive possession for the PCU Dolphins with less than a minute to go here in the first period. De Guzman to 𝐶iso, and 𝐶iso kick out to Dino. Dino pulls up. Too strong on the jumper, on the rebound battle. A pushing foul will be called. I believe it's against Rotoni once again, so that's his 2nd foul. So 𝐶iso goes back to the free throw line. His earlier trip there, he was able to split his charities. Ngayon, mukhang napulsuhan na. Nitong si Jiro, Yuki, and 𝐶iso as he connects with the first. Second try, oh, that rattles out. So again, splitting his charities is Yuki and 𝐶iso. And now far away from the basket, Itam Solomon. They find Troy using the pick, and Troy Manipolo, the smart player that he is, was able to elicit a foul out of that broken play. However, that's just the 2nd team foul of the MLQU Stallions. So just a sideline inbound for the Dolphins. Dangerous pass once again there. Now Troy goes baseline, pulls up. That's his first miss of the game, but the putback is good. Coming from Yabo of the Dolphins. The lead is down to 3 by the MLQU Stallions. And turnover forced there by PCU. 5.8 seconds remaining. Enough time for one last play for the Dolphins. I'm not sure if they're aware of it. Itam, the jumper, that was offline. And with that last attempt by Solomon Itam, the buzzer sounds, ending the first period. The score is 19-16. MLQU Stallions up by 3 versus the PCU Dolphins. Second quarter is underway. Still streaming to you live here from North Caloocan. We are at the TALA Glorieta covered court here. And this is the game between the PCU Dolphins versus the MLQU Stallions. Once again, this is 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐒 Cabiles alongside Kyle Sanchez. And once again, good start opening the quarter here for MLQU as they get another 3. Score is 22-16. The Stallions up by 6. That jumper won't fall for the Dolphins. Here's Dino. Once he gets started, he's going to be hard to stop in their last game. Steven Dino scored 15 points, pulled down 7 rebounds, and had 9 assists. In the meantime, Troy Manipolo all alone for the layup. And that's his 8th point of the game.
Turning on the Jets there as soon as he got that ball off of that steal. Hard to catch up dito kay Troy Manipolo on the fast break.
Inciso now to 𝐍𝐿. 𝐍𝐿 using the pick, the spin, and the beautiful drop to Tolentino. And his shot was bothered there by Itam Solomon, but Tolentino earned himself a trip to the free throw line.
Just a little late on the rotation, no? Itong si Manipolo, medyo nagkaroon lang ng miscommunication on defense after that spin. A good recognition there, finding Tolentino wide open. Although he didn't make that layup, but he will earn 2 at the line.
That was an outstanding setup job by Lauro 𝐍𝐿 of the Stallions. And right now we have a stoppage in the game as our officials are reviewing that last play to see if there was excessive contact, but
from our vantage point, parang wala naman.
Yes.
You know? It seemed like a normal basketball play.
It was a fair play for the ball. Diba? Nahuli ng konti doon si Solomon Itam. And that's why he wasn't able to block the shot of Tolentino. And of course, we know itong si Solomon Itam there the primary shot blocker of the PCU Dolphins. In the first quarter, he already had 2 blocks to his name. First shot by Tolentino is good, adding on to their lead, which now stands at 5. The score is 23-18, and another free throw coming his way. Talking about Gregory Tolentino. Missing the last one, however. Oh, what a go-ahead pass there by Manipolo. And the equally great leak by Obiaha.
That's right, heads-up play from Manipolo as a point guard. No, you always want to keep your head up and see if there's anything progressing on offense before you make a move. And good recognition there from Troy.
Another 3 by Dino. He is now heating up his second 3 of this game.
The press easily broken there by PCU.
Right now,
A friendly bounce there para kay Obioha.
and Obiaha, his 4th point of the game. Really solid spot-up shooter itong si Obiaha. So, hindi mo siya i-cover when he's free from the floor.
Oh, I was able to cover him during the opening. No, he's an undersized big, parang tweener pa nga siya. He could probably play the 2, 3, and 4, but he's very effective and he knows how to use his body. And also, ang gusto ko sa laro nito ni Obioha, he never tries to do too much.
That's right. In the meantime, talking about the 3-point shooting of MLQU, they have now connected on 5 3-point shots as Obioha misses that last try. Going back, MLQU now has shot 5 out of 10 for 50%. No? Very high percentage para sa MLQU from beyond the arc.
Not easy to do against a defense like PCU's, no? But that just speaks on how well MLQU has been shooting here today.
The hook shot by 𝐍ᴜᴅ will not go. He didn't have the angle. In the meantime, strong drive on the fast break. The loose connecting for PCU. And JD Dalus, what a play there. It was actually like a Troy Manipolo play, no? So, itong dalawang point guards na to, I'm sure they're exchanging styles, no, and diskarte during practices.
I'm sure. And before we get back, no, terrific individual defense from Malyabo. Forced that turnover, but PCU gives the ball right back.
Dino missing another 3.
Dino was not able to make them pay. Overshot that 3.
Last time I saw JD Dalus, wala pa siyang muscles, Kyle.
Oh, no?
he looked like, I think that was, I covered them more than a year ago, no?
Looks like he's been hitting the way through. Kahit pa paano may umbok na.
Right, and before, medyo binubuli-buli siya, pero ngayon mukhang he'll be a tough nut to crack. In the meantime, we turn you over to Daniel LaGuardia for a report.
Eman and Cal, the PCU Dolphins aim to keep their winning streak, and knowing themselves, mahina o malakas man ang kalaban, is always 100% on the court, as mentioned by assistant coach Mark Ordonez. They are happy dahil maganda ang kanilang standing, but in terms of performance, Coach Mark said they know they can do more in terms of consistency and off-the-bench points. He also added that in preparation for their game against St. Clair, this is their chance to boost the confidence of their bench players dahil hanggang dulo, dapat steady lang. So let's see how they'll be able to turn the momentum around on their end. Back to you, Eman and Kyle.
Thank you, Daniel, and see this once again leaking ahead of everybody. Kenneth Obioha scoring for the PCU Dolphins. In the meantime, a timeout has been called. This coverage of NAASCU will return shortly. Back to the action now. We are deadlocked at 26 all after that fast break conversion by Kenneth Obioha of the PCU Dolphins. And what defense there by JD Dalus.
Mukhang effective yung pag-gym, no, ni Dalus. As you mentioned earlier, nabubully-bully siya before, but now
Right.
he's doing a bit of bullying himself. Great defense there. And what a good decision to pressure the ball handler as he was crossing half court, no?
And I'm sure talagang titigas kayo, no, because I remember although he's friends with the brothers from Arandia College.
Kerr. Everson Kerr and
No.
I'm
Yeah.
thinking.
I'm sure you'll remember that.
Yes.
The brothers, no, from Arandia College. He's friends with them. He's talking about JD Dallas. Pero inside the court, wala silang hindi sila nagbibigayan. Iba yung bigayan nila, masakit eh.
Oh, no, talagang
And because yun ang usual na nakalaban nitong si JD Dallas before, as he played for Arandia College during his early high school years, no?
no wonder he looks so familiar.
Oo, kaya tumigas na talaga to. Forged in fire and stone ito si JD Dallas. And it's going to be exciting to watch this youngster play moving forward for the PCU Dolphins. In the meantime, the lead has swung back to the Dolphins. The score is 27-26. And so is the possession, no?
I want to get back lang din dun sa report ni Daniel before we went to that timeout break. No? Yung mindset ng PCU heading into this ball game, even though they are on a winning streak, talagang hindi pa rin sila content with how they're performing, and they're still addressing some of their issues, especially in practice. As we see yung itong baseline, yung last play, yung backcourt violation there ni Dino. But yun nga yung sinasabi ni Daniel about PCU's mindset. It's a good mindset to have, no? If you're going to challenge St. Clair and the other top teams here in this tournament, you have to have that mindset going into each and every game. Yung hindi ka nakokontento sa previous performance mo because you are only as good as your last game.
In the meantime, that last free throw by Eric Antonio was nullified. Even if it went in, it wouldn't have counted as Kenneth Obioha was called for the lane violation, I believe. Possession swings back to the Stallions of MLQ. Here is 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐒𝐿 trying to find Antonio. Oh, that pass was too strong.
Oo.
Ang lapit lang nila, no? But they regain control. Steven. Oh, what a pass inside to 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿, threading the needle. And 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿 was fouled going up for the basket.
And that split second where Obioha lost his man, no? That was enough space. And sayang, they were playing good defense for majority of that possession. Pero nakakahanap ng konting puwing.
Right.
Itong si 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿 caught Obioha maybe ball watching, and he was able to go back door. And another foul para sa PCU.
This is the third trip of 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿 at the line. He has his last two trips. He has split his charities. Now he missed his first. Second try by 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿, now missing both free throws. Jiro, Yuki, and 𝐍𝐀𝐀𝐒𝐿.
Could have gotten the lead back,
Yes,
no?
not
for
able
his
to get
team.
the lead back para sa MLQU. In the meantime, Malyabo missing that jumper.
I think the last touch was on Obioha. So full court man-to-man press right now for the Dolphins.
Placido goes to the middle. The layup, not there. And here's Kenneth Obioha once again, all the way for his 8th point of the game.
What's good about Obioha is once his teammates get the rebound, talagang lumileak out na siya, no? He sprints, and it's hard to stop him when he's on the break.
Not only that, so unselfish on that fast break. Kenneth Obioha was ahead, but since he lost a bit of the timing and the rhythm there, he was able to find Dallas to complete the fast break para sa PCU Dolphins.
Dino and the rest of the Stallions need to do a better job of keeping a body on Obioha, especially once the PCU gets a rebound, because they know that PCU is trying to get out on transition every chance that they can get.
And almost another turnover there forced by PCU. Lucky for MLQU. The ball dropped to their hands. And speaking of ball dropping into their hands, 𝐍ᴜᴅᴜ, right place at the right time for the putback.
Oh, no nonsense. Talagang hindi na tumalon eh.
Usually, pag bumuelo ka pa kasi, hahabulin ka talaga nitong si Solomon Itam. In the meantime, a turnover there forced by the Stallions, and they are running. Oh, they weren't able to push the ball ahead. Steven Dino, though, says, it doesn't matter. I'm going to hit this three-point shot.
Well, luckily for them, Dino was able to hit that three. Itong si Placido was unable to see that there was a teammate ahead of him. It could have been an easy layup.
Pero okay lang yun as Steven Dino knocks down his third three-point shot of the game. So, tig-tatlo na sila nitong si Antonio from beyond the arc. In the meantime, less than 2 minutes remaining here as Enciso scores underneath.
Good use of the up fake. No? Froze his defender, gave him enough time and space to go up for that under-goal stab.
And that last bucket by Enciso gives the Stallions the lead once again. 33-31 is our score. A minute and 23 left in the first half. JD Dalos to Kenneth. Kenneth goes baseline, the drop.
Just a little late
yes,
on that pass.
A good intention by Kenneth Obioha to try and draw the defense to him. However, called for the travel as he wasn't able to let go of the ball. No?
And good idea to attack the zone. No? The zone can make you complacent to just move the ball around and settle for a perimeter jumper. Pero you have to find the gaps, attack those gaps, and then look for opportunities there.
In the meantime, that was a turnover forced by, I believe it was Rotoni. Oh, check that. Austria, who's back in the game for the PCU Dolphins.
Nagulangan ni Manipulo itong si Julian, showing that ball and then going under the kikili.
Such a cerebral player, Team Money, Troy Manipulo, and such a conyotic analyst I have with me here with going under the kilikili.
Ang daming nickname pala nito, no? Si Cho, tawag sa kanya, The Manipulator.
Oo nga, pero
Team Money.
Actually,
Team Money. Team Money.
That's
Polo.
right. Yeah, manipulator kasi in this day and age, medyo baka makancel eh.
Sabihin, baka tawagin siya ng jowa niya, no? Manipulator ka pala.
Yes. So hindi mas I'd stick with Team Money. In the meantime, PCU wasn't able to tie that one up as Troy missing his second free throw. Yeah, by the way, in their last game, the PCU Dolphins, they won their last game, but they shot miserably from the free throw line, no? Only making 37% as a team from the line, 9 out of 24.
And that's not good, no? Luckily for them, they were able to make up for it in other statistical categories. But of course, you want to address that as the deeper you go into this tournament. 37% for a team or a player, for that matter, for anyone rather, is not a good sign for, not a good recipe for success, rather.
In the meantime, Solomon Itam was able to get that offensive rebound and a foul coming from Castro. He is now at the line, and let's see if PCU can improve their free throw shooting. And look at that. Solomon rattles one home.
And these are the free throws. These are the type of free throws that they need to hit. Even though it's only the second quarter, they need to get used to hitting these free throws para pagdikit yung labanan. Hindi sila dadagayin.
That's right, and nothing but net on the second try by Solomon Itam. Dapat pala siya lagi yung pinapadala sa free throw line, no? The fade there by Dino, and a foul on the rebound play.
And
I believe that's against Austria.
Yes, I believe it is against Austria. And they're still not in the penalty, so only a baseline inbound with 3 seconds remaining.
That's right. Antonio inbounding for the Stallions. Finds Steven Dino. Well covered there. And defense of the PCU Dolphins holding up as they were able to, well, the Stallions wasn't able to put a shot off, no, as this first half ends. And before we take a break, we would like to acknowledge and thank our sponsors, Spalding Legacy 1000 play of the game.
Yan, no? Kita na natin sa
That's
screens
right.
natin.
Boom!
Slam a jam by
Right.
Solomon Itam.
That's
Two
a
hands for
morning
safety.
jam
Oh.
for Solomon Idam. Ipalaman mo sa toast. In the meantime, we will take a break as we are now in the halftime of this game between PCU Dolphins and MLQU Stallions.
Download now. Available on Google Play and App Store. Go on, Pinoy!
We now return to take a look at some of the first half highlights as we see one of the 8 buckets made by Troy Manipolo of the PCU Dolphins, as well as that putback by 𝐍ⴜᴅ. And here is that great strong drive by JD Daluz of the Dolphins. And one of the 3 3-point shots made by Antonio of the MLQU Stallions. In the meantime, we now take a look at the halftime summary brought to you by Don Benitos, ang pambansang kasama. PCU Dolphins shooting 46% on the floor as compared to only 41 by the MLQU Stallions. In the meantime, rebounds almost the same, 21 for PCU and 20 for MLQU. But the bench points, PCU plus 8 in bench points with 15 as opposed to 7 by the Stallions, and second chance points deadlock at 6. And now the third quarter is underway. MLQU Stallions holding on to a 1-point lead, 35-34. They now have possession. The jumper was offline there. Austria pulls back. Manipolo, the jumper. And the possession remains with the Dolphins. Pasqua will inbound from the sideline. Here is Austria to Troy. Fires up a 3. Does not connect. Rebound cleared by Antonio. JD Antonio. Now to Manriza, who's back in the game. And a foul is called against the Dolphins. Again, it goes against Austria, and that's his 3rd personal foul.
He has to be careful now, speaking of Austria, no, in terms of his foul situation, if he wants to contribute to his team.
In the meantime, beautiful play there set up by Antonio, and the reverse put in by 𝐍ⴜᴅ. The Stallions up by 3, 37-34. Pasqua, there's a jumper, not there though. The putback is good by Itam. Great patience underneath.
For 𝐍ⴜᴅ, he has to do a better job of pushing Itam even further away from the basket, because even though he's a little bit far already from the rim, yung leaping ability niya, no, still allows him to be able to get those offensive rebounds. So talagang try to push him out sa may free throw line extended if possible.
Interception there. Oh, Troy missing the layup, but they get it back. Now here's Itam back to Troy, and a 3-second violation was called against Troy Manipolo. He was arguing that he went out, but our officials does not see it that way.
Case of overpassing. That time, no, the initial opportunity was there already for Manipolo to make that, to take that shot, but opted to pass it over to Itam, who decided to move the ball around a bit more.
And we have to credit the outstanding defensive effort as shown there by 𝐍ⴜᴅ. He was at a disadvantage, 2 against 1, no? But he was able to hold off the attack by the Dolphins. However, another steal here, and the slam from Solomon Itam, his 2nd jam of the game.
𝐍ⴜᴅ made a business decision that time, no, to no longer go up to try and challenge that basket.
Yes, does not want to be in the wallpaper. In the meantime, another fast break here completed by the Dolphins, this time by Pasqua. And with that fast break onslaught by the PCU Dolphins, a timeout has been called as we take a look at this hammer brought in here by Solomon Itam of the PCU Dolphins.
For PCU, Coach Mark said that overconfidence is a problem the Dolphins are experiencing right now. Before coming into this match, they were able to scout the Stallions, but the response of their players are slower than expected. That's why going into the second half, they've made necessary in-game adjustments to limit their turnovers, focus on executing their plays and their defense. Back to you, Emma and Kyle.
Thank you, Daniel.
And yun nga, yung sinasabi ni Coach Mark, no, you don't want to be complacent and in this case overconfident that even though, of course, on paper you might be the better team, pero no one plays basketball on paper, so you still have to go out there and perform.
In the meantime, a hurried shot there as Coach B-Boy Simon para siyang nabangga dun sa sideline at nabangga niya yung ating ad board, no? And
Coach B-Boy just laughing it off, no? And
at tinitingnan niya yung players niya kung may tumatawa ba, otherwise walang ipapasok yan.
Bawas playing time yan, no? Use your inside voice na lang habang tumatawa.
There you go, inside voice. In the meantime, Troy Manipolo, another drive right there, but missing the layup though. The putback, wala pa rin. However, they still get the offensive rebound. 𝐍𝐜ᴅ working extra hard. And a travel will be called there.
After that jump stop by Itam, no, medyo na-shuffle niya ng konti yung pivot foot niya.
Right.
Eagle-eyed ang ating mga officials and they were able to spot that pretty easily. And the rebounding of the Stallions is something that they have to address heading into the fourth and final quarter. No, medyo napaparami yung offensive rebounds nitong PCU, courtesy of Itam and also itong si 𝐍𝐜ᴅ, who reminds me of a young Marquis.
And again, I believe Dino, no, not Dino, a 3-second violation was called against Placido. And the PCU bench players, well, the PCU players on the bench have their own shot clock, no?
And for MLQU naman, they have to, well, obviously, just look at the shot clock.
Right. They have to
parang
be
two
aware.
straight possessions nang nagogoyo sila into believing that the shot clock has been winding down.
𝐍𝐜ᴅ to Manipolo. And guess what? The MLQU Stallions bench giving PCU a taste of their own medicine. Also counting down with their own shot clock. Oh, what a move by Placido. Smooth to the ring as he evaded Solomon Itam completely there with a reverse sidestep. Trying to power his way through, and he does. That is Pasqua of the PCU Dolphins. Right now the score is 42-39. A little over 4 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Antonio, the runner, too strong. De Guzman high for the offensive rebound. However, Dino overshoots, but they still have possession. Elbow three, not there for Placido.
The Stallions are definitely rushing their shots right now. Credit, of course, to the defense of PCU, closing out very well on the perimeter players of the Stallions. But of course, they have to execute their offense, move that ball around, and just be patient.
That's right. At wag maniniwala dun sa sariling shot clock ng bench ng PCU.
Oo, no, may sariling bilang yung mga yan.
Maingay na shot clock. In the meantime, Pasqua takes a jumper offline. Now the Stallions are running here. Steven Dino. Oh, the floater is money for Dino. And they close in on the lead of PCU, which is down to 1. 42-41 is our score.
That's already the fourth foul of, yes, I believe it was Manresa.
So first player in foul trouble here, and it's on the side of MLQU. Manresa, one of their starters, was just slapped with his fourth personal foul. 𝐍𝐜ᴅ to Manipolo. Straight away three is good. De Castro knocking that one down para sa PCU. And giving them a bit of a cushion. Their lead is now 4. Up high for that rebound was Solomon Ita. Nobody will reach that.
Yes, no, might as well not even try to
Oo.
jump with Solomon Ita. Baka yung ano lang niya, yung dibdib or kilikili lang niya yung
Oo.
mahawakan mo.
In the meantime, an interception and fast break conversion there by Enciso. That initially the pass by Austria was weak, no? And now the Stallions implementing the full court press, and so far it is working. Down low, the fake by Solomon Ita meant the bucket.
Julian not having any luck or any success so far on guarding Itam or even pushing him away from the basket.
In the meantime, 𝐍ᴜᴅ now to Enciso, trying to shrug Manipulo off, but Placido knocks down the midi.
And that's a good job by Enciso in attacking the basket, drawing the help side defense, which allowed Placido to be open for that three-pointer.
Oh, trying to,
Itam could have gotten away with a traveling
yes,
there.
as he tried to take matters into his own hands, no?
Enciso overshooting
Right,
that layup. Already did a good job of evading the defense.
and that was a first assist by Troy Manipulo as Lieva connects after that gorgeous, gorgeous setup by Team Money Manipulo. Now here's 𝐍ᴜᴅ. He has hit 3 threes so far, but that one was short. Troy pulls down the defensive rebound and streaking once again to their front court. Tries to power his way through, and he will go to the line after that the Guzman foul. Troy Manipulo back at the line for the PCU Dolphins. First try is good for Troy. That's his 12th point of the game. But we have to check that. Probably the 13th already. 2 for 2 by Troy Manipulo.
And Team Money
That's
extends
right.
this lead to 6.
And I believe this is the biggest lead for both squads, no?
And talagang just goes to show how tightly contested
Oh!
this ball game has been. And MLQ yung lamang kanina, and now PCU has control of this ball game. Coach B-Boy had the opportunity to take that shot.
And he will.
Oo, no? Talagang nagdalawang isip. Parang yung naalala ko yung meme ni Carmelo Anthony, no?
Oo.
Natanggap niya sa sideline yung bola.
But of course, Coach B-Boy Simon, ititira niya talaga yun. As
Oh,
he,
sayang nga.
he is,
Baka kung sumut, baka idagdag sa score talaga ng PCU yun. Eh.
as we know, Coach B-Boy Simon is the leading scorer, the scoring champion of the now defunct Metropolitan Basketball League in the 90s.
Yes, all-time leading scorer. And hindi na malalagpasan yan kasi wala nang liga eh.
Oo, siyempre. Pero at that time, yung gumagawa ng 40 to 50 points, wala lang sa kanya yun. Eh.
Oo,
Regular
talaga.
lang yun para kay Coach B-Boy Simon.
Scorer's mindset talaga to Coach B-Boy, and that aggressiveness is rubbing off on his players.
In the meantime, Enciso is back at the line. And we see it
Ayun,
once again.
sila-
Ayun, oh.
Ang ganda nung pasa na to the corner.
Oo,
eh.
tsaka kita mo yung form ni Coach B-Boy,
Oh,
di ba?
ready to shoot
Oo.
lagi, ready to shoot.
Automatic yun for Coach B-Boy.
Kinakapanan niya yung seams ng bola. Kita ko yung mga daliri ni Coach B-Boy. Eh.
Nang malikmata ako na naka-Laguna Lakers jersey siya when he received that ball.
I wouldn't be surprised kung may jersey siya sa ilalim ng uniform niya. Biglang isasap niya yung sarili niya.
Kaya lang Laguna Lakers. Samantala, here is Enciso barreling his way through and getting that foul as the defense was not yet set. And Enciso, great job in in maintaining his aggressiveness in this game, and it's really helping his team a lot as though they're down by 5 points right now, ang laking bagay na nakakapunta sila sa free throw line, no? And chipping this lead down while the clock is stopped. However, they have to make those free throws. So 𝐍ᴜᴅᴇ second try. Wala pa rin. Here's Manipolo. Oh, losing the ball and claiming that it went off the leg of Tolentino, pero nasa harapan siya ng officials at kitang-kita yun, nagaling sa mga daliri niya.
And 𝐍𝐀 was not aware of the clock that time, could have taken it himself.
And with that buzzer sounding, our third quarter ends. The score is 51-46, still a 5-point lead by the PCU Dolphins. And we return the fourth and final quarter.
Download now. Available on Google Play and App Store. 𝐍굉 Pinoy!
We now return here in the TALA GLORIETA covered court in North Caloocan. Eman Cabiles alongside Kyle Sanchez, and our courtside correspondent is Daniel LaGuardia. The fourth quarter is underway, and this is the game between the PCU Dolphins and the MLQU Stallions. PCU Dolphins up by 5, 51-46. So far, after 3 quarters for PCU, Troy Manipolo is leading them in scoring with 13 points, with Solomon Itam with 10. And on the side of the Stallions, it has been Steven Dino with 11 and 9 points from JD Antonio. MLQU gets the first bucket in the fourth quarter. Lead is down to 3, but quickly erased with that 3-point shot by Steven De Castro.
His previous shot was short, but making sure this time De Castro right on the money.
Lead is back up to 6 for the PCU Dolphins. Antonio goes to the middle and a kick out. A good fundamental jumper there by Sean Julian. Malatim Duncan, no?
Oh, no, using that glass to perfection, and yung quick release then is important when Solomon Itam is trying to block your shot.
So far in this game, 2 beses na siyang na-block nitong si Solomon Itam. Huh?
Oh, and for Julian, he also has to recognize that maybe he can use some pump fakes here kasi kita niya yung gigil ni Itam in trying to block that shot, as we see that previous foul dito kay De Castro. Eh, yun nga, Julian can opt to show that ball a little more, maybe get Itam off his feet.
Right now, JD Tolentino trying to get himself going here. All of his 9 points was scored actually in the first quarter where he hit 3 3-point shots, no? Pero after that, hindi pa rin siya nakakapuntos.
Medyo nanlamig na. And let's see if he can get that rhythm back towards the end game. They are still trailing.
Yung isang tres pa niya, halos logo 3 yun, partner. Samantala, speaking of 3, that's the second one. The second bomb detonated by De Castro of the PCU Dolphins.
Nalipat kay De Castro yung buenas, no? Second straight 3 already in the span of a minute or so. Heat
Third
check,
try.
though.
Yes,
That
heat
is
check.
a heat check,
And
but-
look at that rebound up high by Solomon Itam, and the putback is good.
And it might still be 3 points, no? Just the old school way. And yun nga, from the third quarter pa lang, we've been noticing yung rebounding deficiencies nitong Stallions. They really have to push Itam away from the basket early and not wait for the ball to go up before they put a body on him. By then, it's going to be too late. And yun na nga, 3 points ang naging result for Solomon.
Still perfect from the line is Solomon Itam, 3 for 3 from the free throw stripe.
And that's important for your foreign student athlete, no? Kasi sila yung madalas na nafa-foul.
Of course.
And if you're unreliable from the free throw line, teams will keep fouling you. But for Solomon Itam, no, you don't want to put him on that free throw line.
Now PCU, well, I was about to say that they were enjoying the biggest lead of the game at 9 points, 60-51, but then CISO just got a bucket para sa Stallions and cutting the lead down, back down to 7.
This is where it's going to have to start for the Stallions, no? On the defensive end. They can't keep trading shots with PCU. And once again, De Castro, his 8th point already. And we're not even at the halfway mark of the 4th and final quarter. So the Stallions have to tighten up on defense.
Steven Aaron De Castro feeling it for the PCU Dolphins, but quickly answered there by the Stallions.
The Stallions have no problem putting the ball in the basket at this juncture, but it's on the defensive end where they are being tested.
Manipulo putting on the moves, but not getting the basket. Antonio tracks down the rebound for the Stallions. Here's Steven Dino. And this matchup has been gold, no? It's the matchup between Troy Manipulo and Steven Dino. However, a foul has been called there against the PCU Dolphins.
Obvio, checking back in for PCU. Itong si Enciso naman is coming back in for the Stallions. So you could argue that these are these teams' best lineups right now on the floor, trying to close out this ball game for their respective teams.
Kenneth Obioa basically played in the second quarter only, no? And look at that. That's going to be an offensive interference called against Solomon Itam, and a bucket will be counted in the name of Sean Julian.
You're right. Obioha played little to no minutes in that third quarter. In that second quarter, though, he really made his mark, especially on yung mga fast break layups niya, no? That gave them a little bit of separation and kept them in step with the Stallions as the MLQU had the lead for that first half. And it really goes to show how much impact this player can have for his team.
Here come the Stallions once again, and Ciso, the kick out. Manriza, he has been off rhythm as he is nursing 4 fouls so far, but MLQU scores once again courtesy of Placido. Asi Placido getting it done para sa Stallions. The lead is down to 3, 62-59. The runner there won't fall for the Dolphins. Here is Steven Dino. The step back. Gets it once again. Goes baseline, but caught stepping on the baseline. Steven Dino, good defense displayed there by the PCU Dolphins. And with 5 minutes and 24 remaining right now for PCU Dolphins, it is huge that JD Dalus is in the game, no? With much on the line as another 3 is connected there by Steven De Castro.
Still waxing hot from the field. De Castro with 11 points already. All 11 here in the fourth quarter.
And all 3 of his 3-point shots, connected 3-point shots, was
Same
shot
spot.
from the same spot. So at some point, MLQU Stallions have to recognize that they have to cover Steven when he's floating on that spot right there, talking about the right elbow.
And now that the Stallions recognize how hot he's been shooting,
Ooh.
oh well, narinig tayo,
We
no?
spoke too soon. Yes, he
Opposite
went.
spot naman.
Yes, he went to the other side, and again knocking down the three, his fourth of the game, all in the fourth quarter. As a timeout has been called by the MLQU Stallion seed once again. Kanan muna, boom, and then another one from the left. Steven De Castro on fire for the PCU Dolphins. The score was 68-59. Timeout has been called. Magbabalik po ang NAASCU. Four minutes and 30 remaining in the game. PCU Dolphins up 68-59, mostly because of the hot hand by Steven De Castro here in the fourth.
And as a shooter, no, you love to see yung, alam mo yung ganung feeling that you're just in the zone, you're not thinking, as soon as you touch that ball, talagang asintado itong si De Castro right now, and the shots are just falling from him from all over the floor.
And what a play there by the Dolphins. First of all, the battle for the defensive rebound, and then the go-ahead pass by J.D. Dalus to the streaking Pasqua, who again converted, as PCU has now posted an 11-point lead, 70-59.
Mukhang humahabol tong si De Castro for player of the game, no? He wasn't in the conversation earlier,
Right.
but just like that, he's already the leading scorer for his team.
And what's amazing is it all came in the fourth quarter.
Oh, everything has been falling for him, and some players, no, it's easy to shoot in the first half kasi wala pa masyado yung pressure. Pero
That's right.
now na fourth quarter na, dikit pa yung laban, it goes to show that De Castro has nerves of steel.
That's why there are players that have been tagged fourth quarter guys, you know, because they're the ones that their team depend on come to end game. In the meantime, De Guzman too close for comfort on his defensive scheme against J.D. Dalus.
Good idea there to try and deny Dalus, but medyo na sobrahan lang sa pagbangga.
And because of these of the onslaught, no, of three-point shots coming from, oh, what a pass there by Obioha, and Bautista completes that play. As I was saying, because of the three-point barrage by Steven De Castro, lumuwag yung depensa sa loob tuloy ng MLQU Stallions.
And that's allowed some of their bigs and even some of their wing players to attack that basket and fill those gaps.
Right. In the meantime, that was a foul on a jump shooting Steven Dino committed by Kenneth Obioha. I was about to say that Kenneth Obioha was able to keep in step and stay in front of Dino, but at the last second, I believe the officials saw that he touched the shooting arm, nitong si Steven Dino, and he was called for the foul.
There's still a lot of time, 12-point lead para sa PCU, still mathematically possible if the Stallions play their cards right, but they're not doing themselves any favors by missing
That's right.
their gimmies. And on the defensive end as well, they have to do a better job of recognizing yung shooters. Of course, si De Castro, Dalus is also on the floor. And yung rebounding nila, they have Itam and Obioha to worry about and crashing the offensive boards now.
And speaking of free throws, MLQU Stallions have shot only 31% from the line in this game, and this is in stark contrast of the 70% that they shot in their last game versus the University of Makati.
And Obioha extending the lead even further. 13 points, 2 minutes and 33 seconds remaining.
That's right, and another foul has been called there against PCU Dolphins. So, oh, check that. Oh, yes, it was. And CISO again will go to the line.
And they are in the penalty. And but the way that the Stallions have been shooting from the free throw line here today, well, yun, at least Enciso has proved me wrong.
Narinig ka.
Oo, narinig. Kailangan talaga i-bash muna natin, no, itong mga player na to para gumanda yung shooting nila, no? So, si Enciso, hindi magaling na free throw shooter to. Actually, kita mo. Ay, well, so, kung kailan kinailangan. I'm so sorry kay Enciso. My apologies. He's actually a pretty good free throw shooter.
And my apologies that medyo basher tong partner ko ngayon.
Oo, no? Sorry. Yeah.
Samantala, he checked there, but that time the defense was right in front of him. At that three-point shot by De Castro was a bit forced as the Stallions converts. Placido gets the layup to go.
And that's another way that MLQU can get back into this ball game. Easy baskets, easy transition baskets rather. They can't waste a lot of time.
And yeah, Kenneth Obioha had no business trying to bring down that ball to their front court as he got called for stepping on the sideline.
Oh, lost his balance there. Maybe could have looked for one of his guards immediately after crossing half court. So still leaving the window slightly open for MLQU. Now it's up to them if they're going to talagang take advantage of this opportunity that's being given to them.
And credit that last turnover forced by MLQU Stallions to Steven Dino, and also to this guy, to De Guzman, who shadowed JD Dalus, no? And that's why Obioha wasn't able to find him.
I like what De Guzman did there, no? Wasting no time whatsoever,
Right.
recognizing that PCU is already in the penalty. So instead of setting up the offense, wasting time off the clock, talagang inatake na lang niya. Itong si Dalus, bahala na kung anong mangyari. And well, usually offensive players get the benefit of the doubt. But yun na nga,
Yun lang.
yung free throw woes nila still
That's right.
haunting them towards the end game. And they're going to look back on this game if they do end up giving this one to PCU. They're going to look back and talagang, well, they have no one to blame but themselves at this
That's
point.
right. At this point, they've shot 8 out of 24
Imagine,
from the
no?
line.
Imagine if they had made even 2/3 of that. Talagang, well,
Dikit na yung laban sana.
ticket. Oh, it could be a tie ball game or they could be up.
In the meantime, JD Dalus, losing control, losing his balance. He wasn't able to find his big man, no, who was running the floor. Samantala, Placido gets the end one to go on the side of the MLQU Stallions.
6 points na lang. And if Placido hits this one, obviously it'll be down to 5. And good pass there. No look by Enciso, finding Placido down by the baseline. Austria tried to avoid that contact,
Right.
keeping his hands up. But of course, there was contact on the body. The referees had no choice but to call that foul.
However, again, missing from the line
And Placido
by
knew
Placido,
that,
yes. As he tried to enter, to enter the shaded area even before the ball hit the ring. At siya yung shooter, so hindi pwede talaga yun. Samantala, Austria, who is now also nursing four fouls. Torrenueva to Dalus. Austria, 10 to shoot para sa Dolphins. Torrenueva goes left, throws it up. Austria open for the elbow three, bounces out. Oh, what a rebound and the putback by Zita.
I was going to say that might have not been the best decision. No, he could have kicked that ball out. Talagang
Exactly.
ubusin yung oras.
Diba?
But luckily
Eh,
for him,
pumasok eh.
pumasok. Oo, so of course, no complaints from Coach B-Boy.
And from you.
Yes, ako talaga yung mareklamo dito eh.
Basher ka na, mareklamo ka pa. Samantala, the score is 68. Still an 8-point lead here for the PCU Dolphins with under a minute to go. But able to get themselves back at the line. Itong MLQU Stallions and Lauro de Guzman. Another chance to trim this lead down. His last trip from the free throw stripe, he wasn't able to hit anything and continues to miss.
Third straight miss right now for De Guzman at the free throw line. They could have only been down by 5 right
That's
now
right.
had he made his previous attempts.
And finally, getting one to go was Lauro de Guzman.
Might be a case of too little too late, no? PCU could use an insurance basket to really shut the door on the Stallions.
Rotoni back in the game for the Dolphins. Toronueva being hounded by Enciso.
Stallions not in the penalty yet.
Right, 8 to shoot here, now 5. Dalus gets away and gets the bucket to go. What a shot by JD Dalus.
And that's the insurance basket I was looking for. That could be the final nail in the coffin for today's game. The Stallions putting up a good fight. They
That's
had the
right.
lead for the first half.
They actually started very strong. Huh?
Yes.
They rained threes down
In the
on
first
the
quarter,
Dolphins.
yes, I was here. In the
Yes, you were.
I was here on time, very early. And si Dalus just dribbling
Right.
the clock out in his Jamorants. And it will
That's
be
right.
a 9-point victory. para
Against
sa
the
Dolphins.
Sabrinas of de Guzman. Huh?
Ah.
And as the buzzer sounds, the final score is 78 to 69. The Philippine Christian University Dolphins getting the big W over the Manuel L. Quezon University Stallions in our first game. And we still have 4 games more to go for today as we wait for the highlight of the play of the game courtesy of Spalding Legacy 1000. And here it is. I believe this is the Mjolnir, the hammer thrown down by Solomon Itam. That was in the 3rd period. And once again, congratulations to the PCU Dolphins for winning this one 78 to 69 versus the MLQU Stallions. Our Synergy best player of the game is now with our courtside correspondent, Daniel LaGuardia. And now we turn it over to Daniel.
Well, there you have it, Edmund and Kyle. That was such a game from the Dolphins and the Stallions. And here beside me is our Synergy best player of the game, Steven De Castro, with 17 points and 5 out of 8 field goals. So Steven, sa simula ng game, medyo up and down yung laro natin, roller coaster. So during the second half, how did you change the momentum to your end?
Ano lang po, sinabi lang po ng coach namin na, kasi po galing po ako sa bench. So sabi lang po, always ready. Dahil lahat naman po kami sa ensayo, binibigyan niya ng chance para mag-improve. Kaya yun po, lumabas lang po yung laro namin, gawa ng practice.
So sabi mo nga, nagaling ka sa bench. So for you, how did you manage to deal with the pressure and also the physicalities of the game?
Ano lang po, una po, in-observe ko yung mga kalaban, kung paano sila maglaro. Kasi doon yung, pagka pumasok kayo nang wala kayo sa presence sa game, mawawala talaga kayo. Yun lang po, binabasa ko lang yung laro.
Well, congratulations, and that was one hell of a performance. So for you, meron ka bang gustong batiyan or pasalamatan, especially after this win?
Una po, pinapasalamatan ko yung mga coaches ko po sa pagtiwala sa akin. Yung mga teammate ko po na nagtiwala rin sa akin. Binabati ko rin po yung president po namin, sina Ma'am Marge, sina Ma'am Ijeran. Tsaka po yung family ko po, Ninong, Tita Jonah, Mama at Papa ko po, yung mga kapatid ko po, sina Madam. Thank you po.
Well, thank you so much, and once again, congratulations to you for that performance, and of course for your production, and also to your team, the Dolphins, for this amazing win. Let's get back to you, Emma and Kyle.
Thank you very much, Danielle, and congratulations to the PCU Dolphins and Steven De Castro for being the best player of the game, brought to you by Synergy. So once again, we still have 4 more games to go in this game day. Coming up next, it is the New Era Hunters versus the Our Lady of Fatima University Phoenix. So do not go away. NAASCU will return shortly.